from PRX.
Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, coming from all the way from 2018, I believe, is this on location episode with Lake Teri, my favorite lake named Teri. But I'm kidding. I mean, I think it is my favorite. Well, I don't know if, can you have a favorite lake? One of my favorite lakes in the world, and definitely one of my favorite lakes in the world I've been in. This is an older on-location episode. Again, we've been taking more and more feedback of what you love as listeners, and how can we bring it to you, and then how can we bring you more in the future. It is we work together. The listener support helps us do stuff like this. So, we're going to have more and more on-location episodes coming out because of that, and ideally long into the future. So, but it will be a little bit different. It's on location. It's from 2018. There's a lake, so it'll be talk about lakey stuff and lakey noises and stuff like that. But I hope you enjoy it. Thanks so much for listening. Hey, everybody, it's Scoots. I'm talking about tonight's sponsor, Helix Sleep. And if you don't have a Helix mattress in your life, you got to think about taking the quiz at helixsleep.com/sleep. I've been sleeping in my Helix probably longer than you've been listening to this podcast. And I love my bed so much. I have a move coming up, and I'm trying to decide because I have to move in a couple different stages just due to things outside of my control. And I know I'm going to be in my apartment, but most of my stuff's going to be gone. And I'm like, should I keep my Helix there and then buy another Helix for my next destination, or should I pay to have that Helix moved, but I don't want to be without it because I don't think I'll be able to sleep without it because I love sleeping in my Helix, and I know it'll be super easy if I take the Helix quiz at helixsleep.com/sleep. Maybe my needs and feel preferences have changed, so I could see what my options are. I could choose between a Luxe mattress, a Helix Elite, or just whatever comes up in my search. I know I'll have choices. So the question is, do you have that kind of relationship with your mattress that you don't want to be without it? Because if you don't, what are you waiting for, right? You could have a Helix shipped straight to your door free of charge and get testing it out. But the first thing you need to do is just take that quiz, because Helix has you and your needs in mind, your feel preferences. How do you like to sleep? How does your partner like to sleep? So it is time for you to get a new bed. Because trust me, this summer, I do not want to be without my Helix mattress. And Helix has got an amazing deal lined up for you. Go to helixsleep.com/sleep for 27% off site-wide during their 4th of July sale happening now. This offer is exclusive for listeners to Sleep With Me. That's helixsleep.com/sleep for this exclusive 4th of July sale offer. That's 27% off site-wide. helixsleep.com/sleep. Thanks, everybody.
This show is supported by Odoo. When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Hey, but this is Scoots, and this message, it just might be for you. If you're hearing my voice, maybe you hit play, you drifted off, and you woke back up, or maybe you got this show playing all night long. Maybe this is your 4th, 5th, 6th night this week listening to the show, your 2nd episode of the night. And maybe missing the campaign we've been running, right, for super listeners, right? Because if Sleep With Me is that much a part of your bedtime routine, a part of your life, really, then you're a super listener. We could really use your help. Ads no longer cover, they never really have covered that level of super listening, but right now they don't even cover occasional listening. So we could use your support, but maybe you should support something else instead of Sleep With Me, right? Like, is there something you listen to more than this show? Is there something that makes your life better that you count on day after day or for 8 hours a day like you do at night if you're an all-night listener of Sleep With Me? Because if there is, do not support Sleep With Me. Please support that thing. And if you haven't decided you're not supporting the show and you listen all night long, you listen to multiple episodes a night, you listen 5 nights plus a week, decide if the show's worth a half a cent to you or if it's worth more than that. I don't know. If you value the show, you don't have to. Most people don't. But if you do and you've been waiting or putting it off, or you're only hearing me for the first time, I really need you to consider, wow, is Sleep With Me worth a half a cent a night? Or does it bring me more value? And are you willing to support the show? Because right now we got a deal for all-night listeners on the boyfriend level, 20% off. You could sign up at sleepwithmepodcast.com/all-night to get that deal. And the first 5 people that use that code will get a Sleep With Me Plus, Sleep With Me notebook, my notes for an episode sent to you. But you'll also be a part of something special, and I really appreciate it. Thanks. Mystery Bard, a lot of people help out on the show. Who are they?
Chris Posty Poster Son sounds like an earful. Wrote the theme song. Edits episodes too. Carl W. the Legend. Also edits episodes. Ashley, Kenny, Scotty, Jennifer. Runner. Eric and the team at Astound are on the website. I am the Mystery Bard. I do the lullabies, yeah. I do commissions at jonathanmann.net. I'll write a song for you. Any reason at all. You can tell me the story and I'll make it personal. You see the kindness shine straight on through when the listeners form their own Facebook group. Keith, Stacy, Sarah, Julie, and Jennifer. These are your moderators. Get support dear Scooter on Patreon. Buy the merch and support the sponsors. You can find anything you want at sleepwithmepodcast.com. And we're so proud that we could dance. Rusty Biscuit, Lois, Anna like banana. Leah does the transcript.
Thanks, Mystery Bard. Oh, and hey, if you're listening to this, you know, the referral program, if you're not in a position to financially support the show, is a huge way to support the show and get free access to Sleep With Me Plus. That's at sleepwithmepodcast.com/refer. But there's also a tiny way anybody can help out the show. It's free. It helps out the show a little bit. And that's following the podcast wherever you listen to it or commenting if you listen on Spotify or YouTube. It really helps other people discover the show, helps you stay up to date on the latest episodes. And only 50% of people follow or subscribe. It's free to follow or subscribe in podcast apps. So if you do that, it just gives it helps people discover the show and it helps you stay up to date on the show. So follow or subscribe in your podcast app. That'll help out the show a little bit. Not necessarily keep us going forever, but I'd appreciate it. And while you're at it, go ahead and follow Bedtime Stories from Sleep With Me. That's in every podcast app, too. That has a story-only episodes that'll add it to your sleepy repertoire. Thanks, and what do you say we get on with the show? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and friends beyond the binary, patrons, it's time for a patron-exclusive episode. Coming to you live from, you can hear, I don't know if you can hear, let me pass it over to Lake Teri. Teri, do you have anything to say? That's Lake Teri coming at us live in person. I'm here. I don't know if this will be a minisode or a full-on episode, patrons, but I'm out here. It's about 10 p.m., just after dark, and I thought I'd do a little talking to Teri and Teri, how you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends beyond the binary, time for Sleep With Me, patrons, the podcaster that's looking at the horizon, and I'm seeing some light off to the right horizon, even though it's like 10:39 p.m. Could that be the sun or something else? I don't know. I got a lightning bug to my right, Lake Teri to my front. I got the Big Dipper right above me. I got another lightning bug trying to mix me up with the stars. I will give you a heads up, patrons. I will try to. I guess I'll try to edit it out. Anyone celebrating the season here, but I'm out here. I'm recording Oh, hey, are you up all night tossing, turning, mind racing? Trouble getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep? Well, welcome. This is Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. We do it with a bedtime story, patrons. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights, and press play. I'm going to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is create a safe place where you could set aside whatever's keeping you awake, whether it's thoughts, feelings, physical sensations, temperature, time, changes in routine, cloudy skies, clear skies, space, final frontiers, or whatever's keeping you awake. I'd like to take your mind off that. What I'm going to do is send my voice across the deep, dark night. I'm going to use lulling, soothing, creaky dulcet tones, pointless meanders, Lake Teri. I got her on the backup. Teri, what do you have to say? Splash, she said. I got the moon somewhere out there. I'm here at my brother and my sister's place, and I'm solo. Just was doing some laundry for my parents, and wow, I got a powerful lightning bug. Might be coming in to see what I'm talking about. Hey, lightning bug, how you doing? Really just cruising. I don't know if I've seen a lightning bug cruise. It was like it might have been coming in from a lake cruise. But I'm going to do send my voice across the deep, dark night. I'm using soothing, creaky dulcet tones, pointless meanders. Since you're a patron, I don't need to do an intro, but I know some of you love these intros. So what else do I do? Oh, a few things you need to know if you're new here. Thanks for becoming a patron right away. Holy moly. Osh, gosh, bagosh. But here's a couple of things. This is a Patreon-only episode, so you got to worry about commercials. Make sure if you're listening in the browser, you get your RSS feed set up. I think I see a boat or a planet on the horizon to my due north. I'm recording via mic into my phone, though, so I can't see if that could be Mars. Let's just say it's Mars. Teri, you think that's Mars or a boat? She doesn't know. The lightning bug. Oh, that lightning bug's name is Jerry with an I. How you doing, Jerry? Wow. There's a lot of lightning bugs. And I'm fully, this time, I think the last time I did a outdoor episode out here, I wasn't, funny thing, I wasn't prepared clothing and spray-wise. Tonight, the only thing exposed are my hands, my neck, and my face, and I actually have... Well, we'll talk about that later, right, Teri? Because talking about space, we'll be talking about infinity scarves. And right now, I'm feeling pretty good. It's a cool night, and there's a breeze, and I'm close to Teri, so that's like a low bug zone anyway. But here's a few things you might need to know if you're new or you're a regular listener. You might want to be reminded of. One... When I say ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and friends beyond the binary, that means that everybody's welcome here. And it's a safe place, and it's open to all. And I'm glad you're here. I say that a lot, and I mean it a lot, or wholeheartedly. I also want you to know that there's no pressure to fall asleep, even though this is Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. It's really the podcast that's here while you fall asleep. So I'll be here for a bit, keeping you company here with Teri and Jerry, and I don't know what other friends we're going to meet. Big D. Can I call you Big D, Big Dipper? Other stars whose names I will never know, not tonight at least. I'll keep an eye out for the Little Dipper. I think I see Orion's belt. I don't know if that's in the Big Dipper or somewhere else, but 3 stars in a row to me. Sorry, Orion. Maybe there's other belts out there. Morpheus's belt is out there somewhere. There's also enough lightning bugs, or what are the other terms for lightning bugs? Is that a regional term? I don't know. But you don't need to fall asleep. There's no pressure to fall asleep. I'll be here for about an hour, and you don't need to listen to me. I'll be here for about an hour to keep you company while you drift off. You're not going to miss much. Except, I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe the moon's rising in the, what's the sunset? Rises in the west and sets in the east, or rises in the east and sets in the west? It's not a joke. I thought I was looking north, but I guess I'm looking west. There is still some light on the horizon. and it's powerful light, and there's no city in that direction. So I have to assume it's either the sun. Maybe the sun's just poking up and saying, "Hey, I'm below the horizon, well below it." So there's no, because it's a lighter. I don't know if it's a green flash, maybe, but I mean it's hours past the sunsets. And I'm here, and I think I wanted to remind you that there's you don't need to listen to me, hardy har har. I think I made that clear. And I'll just be here to keep you company. No pressure to fall asleep. I'll be here for about an hour. I'm glad you're here. Terry, what do you have to say about that? Yeah, so I'm here at Lake Teri. I had ice cream sundae about an hour and a half ago, maybe 2 hours ago. Watched an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation to prepare for watching it over and over again over the next few days to prepare for an episode. And that's about it. I'm glad you're here. I'm here. I think that's it for the intro. I don't know what other metaphor I would come up with. I guess you're thinking of Big Dippers. Hey, Big Dipper, you ever taken a dip in Lake Teri? I'm here, just in case you're new. I'll transition into the show now. Everybody, this is Scoots right now, and if you're listening to me right now, you're hearing me. You know I've been doing these very targeted reads, right? Because this isn't for new listeners, this message. It isn't for occasional listeners. It isn't for people that listen from time to time. This is for people with Sleep With Me is not just a part of your bedtime routine, but it's like something that's a part of your bedtime routine 5+ nights a week. If you listen 5 nights a week, if you listen to 1 or more episodes a night, and if you listen all night long, please hear me out. If you're willing to listen. If you're not willing to listen or you're not interested, don't worry about it. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind here. I'm only trying to get through the people that haven't heard me yet or haven't listened yet. If you've already decided supporting the show's not for you and you're an all-night listener, don't worry about it. But if you are an all-night listener and you want to continue to be an all-night listener and you're listening to me right now, you're hearing me, you are a super listener, right? And you're who I'm trying to get it through to. Ads never have covered the cost of super listening, particularly all-night listening, because companies don't pay for ads that no one hears or listens to. And I think like super listening and all-night listening and 5-night-a-week listening is what makes Sleep With Me special and why I want it to be there. And I want this ad-supported, listener-supported, free version to be there. But it can only be there when the people that value it the most overcome whatever it is. Like if your mind can't be changed, that's not changeable. But if you're putting it off, if you're tuning me out, if you're saying one day, like if you've thought about it and there's just something small in your way, if you could think about signing up to support the show, it would be huge. And we really do need your support if you're an all-night listener or a 5-night-a-week listener, 5 or more nights a week. And we have a great deal, 20% off the Boyfriend tier for all-night listeners. That's built with all-night listeners in mind. You could go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/all-night. The first 5 people to sign up, only with that link, though, sleepwithmepodcast.com/all-night, it's just 20% off the Boyfriends tier only. But the first 5 people will also get a notebook that I used to outline or write an episode sent to them. But you'll also be a part of something special, and I really appreciate it. Thanks. So I'm here on the shores of Lake Ontario. Last year, I started calling Lake Ontario Lake Teri. Because, Terry, what do you have to say? I'm going to take a sip of ginger ale. Terry, I want you to take the mic from me and say something to the audience. Hey, Terry, I just accidentally took a sip of seltzer. But that was Terry, a.k.a. Lake Ontario. And she's my favorite lake in the world. I mean, that's that simple. No offense. Other lakes that are pretty... I mean, there's no other lake even in the ballpark, Terry. I would say... I mean, Lake Tahoe, I had one great swim in there. And other lakes I've enjoyed... Don't even... That's how... Yeah, I mean, and I'm not even trying to... butter you up, because I wouldn't butter a lake up. That would be, it's probably in violation of some treaty. But, I mean, I guess I butter you up with my, when I come in there with sunscreen. And, I mean, I probably used a soap with cocoa butter in there. I do bathe in Teri. I don't know if I talked about that on the original Lake Teri episode, but I do like to take a bath now and then. I don't know, it's not exactly a bath. It's more like a cleansing. I, wash my face, my hair, my arms, my underarms, giggly goo. Really, we got a lot of lightning bugs. I feel like I'm not at a lightning bug parade, but I feel like I'm a stadium, and there's lightning bugs circling me, like advertising things. And that could be in one of those movies. But yeah, I'm here. I'm glad you're all here with me. Again, I'm looking maybe due west, maybe north. I don't know well, no, let's see. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Because you'd be looking north, of course. I was trying to think of it, but in practical terms, yeah, north and east and west. So I presume, I guess, if that's the west, maybe I'm looking south. I don't know, but north and that's west, maybe. But I don't know. I'm looking out into the lake where I know there's no land, and I see a dot, and it's a very powerful dot. It's a amber type light, and it's directly in front of me. So I don't know if that's a planet on the horizon or a boat. I did see a clipper from the coasties out there yesterday, so that's the only ship I could imagine would be out there at night with that kind of powerful light. But I don't know if they'd have an amber colored lights. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on the lightning bugs. We'll keep an eye on the stars. You might be asking, where's the moon? No idea. That could be lightning bugs coming by. Do lightning bugs travel in pairs? Hi, how you doing? What's your name? I'm a Scooter. I make a sleep pod. Oh, you got to go somewhere. They just said, I'm just doing my job. I'm just advertising oh, there goes another one. Hey, how you doing? Blinky. No, good to meet you. Did you know in Pac-Man there's a Blinky? Have you played Pac-Man before? You're not familiar. I think you'd like it. But yeah, there's a character on Pac-Man called Blinky. Pinky, Blinky. I don't know the other names. It was, what's Pac-Man? Well, it's great to meet you, Blinky. Do you know anyone named Pinky? Could I ask you a question? Is that a planet or a star out there? Do you know? Or a ship? What's a Blinky? Oh, what's Pac-Man? Okay, so Pac-Man was a video game, an early video game, arcade game. I think was what they originally called. What's a game? Wait, do you ever fly around? Do you ever play chase the lightning bug? People play it with you. You don't like it. Do you ever play any do you know what a reindeer game is? What's a reindeer? Okay. Okay, back to Pac-Man, because there might be actually listeners wondering what Pac-Man is. So maybe not, though, because there's... So Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man currently is more popular than Pac-Man, because she has a bow, and I think... that game, like a pizza place would have that on a... Never mind, I'm confusing you even more. I'm sorry, Blinky. It's a game, a video game, with lights, not lightning bug lights. I think they're CRT. What's a CRT? Cathode ray tube, I believe. Believe it or not, I knew the answer to that, Blinky. It's a game where a Pac-Man, which was just a being with only a mouth. Have you ever... Yeah, kind of like a bird. I mean, in your world, exactly like a bird. It's a being, and what it does is it goes around, and Pac-Man is, believe it or not, is the hero. I don't know the plot, actually, Blinky. I mean, I know I watched the Pac-Man had a cartoon, an animated TV show. Maybe I could explain to you another time. Lake Teri, could you help me out here? Don't know. But so, where was I? Oh, so it's Pac-Man was a mouth, a being that was only a mouth, and I think it ate power pills or something. It had to eat these dots. Yeah, just like a dot, exactly, Blinky. And some were power pills. And for some reason, Pac-Man was getting chased by GHOST's ghosters, which are like a bit like a ghoster, you know. And these ghosters, they would chase Pac-Man around. But when Pac-Man ate a power pill, Pac-Man would be able to eat the ghosters, of which Blinky was one. And then Blinky would... they'd vanish for a little while, and then if they ate Pac-Man, it would make a sound like an old-fashioned phone calling somebody or something, I believe. And Pac-Man was a game that people played for pleasure, and people would control. It was a symbol. It wasn't actually Pac-Man. Wasn't a real thing. That's confusing. I know it is, Blinky. But yeah, Pac-Man. You'd move Pac-Man around, and that would be it. I guess that's. The story of Pac-Man. What's it like being a lightning? Oh, you gotta go. Okay, nice seeing you, Blinky. I'll see you later. Okay, we lost our first. That was Blinky, everybody. The lightning bug. Blinky's gone. So I was gonna ask Blinky, what does Blinky do? And it looks like all the lightning bugs took off on us. That's strange. Probably a sign that they had something better to do. But yeah, so I'm here with Lake Teri, as I was saying earlier, my favorite lake in the world, on Earth, one of the Great Lakes, and I've said it once, I'll say it again, in my opinion, the greatest of the Great Lakes. Erie, mind your own business. I'm talking to Lake Teri. Stay on your side of the Niagara Falls. But so I'm here with Lake Teri, Lake Ontario. And she's peaceful tonight. She's rippling, really looking good. No white caps at all. You could probably hear a steady sound. She's not I wouldn't say you're lapping the shore, though, Teri. You're swishing it. Really nice. You're saying, hey, rocks, are you cleaning in between the rocks on the shore? Yes. Are you aerating things? Because that feels like you are. And beautiful... The moon, I'm assuming, is somewhere, as Fievel would say, out there, but I can't see the moon. But I can see, like, a reflection on the water. There's also, like, some sort of power light blaring in my left eye that I thought would probably go out, but it won't. But, yeah, we're going to make the most of this, because I said this will be, oh, wow, so even though I have... some sort of light. We're really getting some milking going in this Milky Way. Do you know the way to the Milky Way, Lake Teri, or anyone? I guess it's probably time to see if we could see a shooting star. I'm looking directly at the Big Dipper. Tonight, the Big Dipper's right where I'm looking. It's so lucky. Above it is a lot more stars. We're here in an area that, while I have a local light pollution with this one light here and some beautiful lightning bugs, it was, I think the lightning bugs are even kind of, giving me some distance. We really have some great stars to look at. Really three-dimensional. Wow, I'm like, really, can you feel it in my voice? It's almost like there's so many stars, the stars are out of focus, except for the really bright ones, which could be true. It could just be it could be the wispy clouds in the sky. There are some wispy clouds, maybe to the left of me, to the, whatever direction that is, southeast, west, or north. There's cloud cover. I can't even see very few stars. But it's nice. There's a little breeze going, and the Big Dipper's there, the old Milky Way, and I'm just saying, hey, if you got a shooting star or a message you want to get to me to share with the patrons on Patreon at whatever level goal we met for this, we'll see. if you want to share with us a shooting star we could wish on, that'd be great. That'd be terrific. But we could wait. We could sit here and I could figure other things to talk about, like Teri, all of the soft serve ice cream I've had over the past few days. I could tell you. I don't know if I can name the places. Let me think of. Today I ate at a place which I'll call Lakeshore Ice Cream, and it was thumbs down. I mean, it was soft serve ice cream. It was an almond joy sundae. It did not bring me joy. It brought me, like I said, well, I'm eating ice cream, and it was good, but it didn't taste anything like it. There was no joy. There was neither almonds nor a coconut in a way that reminded me of an almond joy. It was the laziest. I didn't think I'd become an ice cream troll, but laziest almond joy I've had. So that is one place I've had. Then yesterday, there's a big dairy, which we'll call Brine Dairy. And they have a bunch of stores, and I don't think they've expanded over the years. And in order to be a completist, because they're larger, non-mom and pop, we did eat there, and it was good. There was a problem with my order. Don't worry, it'll get better from here. And if you want to interrupt me with any shooting stars, Teri, what do you think about? Remember, like Teri, remember yesterday, I said to my family, I said, she looks just like chocolate soft serve ice cream right now. It was about 5:30 p.m. I was looking out at you. I was studying your surface. I was enjoying my time with you. And I said, she just looks like chocolate soft serve right now. And everyone in my family looked at me blankly, like, what are you talking about? And I said, I'm talking about Teri and chocolate soft serve ice cream. But what was I saying? So I went to, yesterday we were at Brine Dairy, and there was my order. I went for a simple order. I said, give me a chocolate and vanilla twist in a waffle cone, but I got it in a cake cone. And I was a little disappointed with that. Oh, no, I did have rainbow sprinkles on there. And but that was good. It was good. I also... I had a couple other... let me tell you about my ice cream mishap. Some of you... I posted on Instagram, but this will be time removed from there. But a couple of my family members think the best ice cream is at this gas station, B&B Gas. And they have their own ice cream. And they also have... it's a gas station. It's an ice cream shop. It's a diner. You can get fishing stuff there. I think they have out back go-karts and mini golf. So for the family down at B&B Gas, and they do have an ice cream stand, and they have a lot of places now. I don't think they had this when I was a kid. They have hard serve ice cream and soft serve, and in California we don't really have a lot of soft serve ice cream. I probably talked about this before. And so it's a real treat for me to get a lot of, especially chocolate and vanilla twist. But this particular gas station, they have a way to infuse flavors. I mean, flavorings into their soft serve, vanilla soft serve, and they put a flavor in there. And I'm partial to this Irish cream flavor, which actually doesn't taste like Irish cream. It tastes like it has the creamy. You know what Irish cream tastes like, maybe some of you. It has the creamy part, but without the alcohol punch. Instead, it has like a coconut flavor. And so it doesn't taste like Irish cream. It tastes like chocolate coconut something, creamy coconut goodness. And so I ordered that, and I was there. This was a few days ago. And I was there with family members, multiple family members. And I was the last person to get my ice cream. And it was overstacked. And I don't know if the workers were playing having a little fun with old scoots, because, I tend to, people like to have fun with me. And right after I got my ice cream, and I'm no ice cream rookie. I've had my, I'm pretty skilled at eating ice cream. Like, yeah, it's just a hobby. It's just something I enjoy. And my brother was saying, if you don't drink, why would you order ice cream flavored ice cream? And I was trying to explain to him the same thing I just did to you, but not in as clear language. I said, well, it doesn't take it. And then as I was trying to make my point, I'd taken maybe one lick of my thing, and it was overstacked like a soft serve spiraling up. And I'd sat down, and I took one lick, and I was talking, and my entire thing fell like a tower out of my cone. But somehow, with lightning fast movement, I moved my hand, and I caught the entire soft serve thing, which is rare that it was indoors and had AC. So I think that was part of it. And I caught it like it was, and then I flipped it over just because I was moving so quickly, and I squished it right back on the cone. Now, meanwhile, it hit me in the chest and my sunglasses and my face and my hand. And so I was covered in ice cream, and I was dripping with ice cream. But then I went right, and then everyone was, of course, laughing at me and with me. And then I did a few licks, and it was like it never happened, except for the ice cream covering me in my face. But that's kind of par for the course. So you could probably see those pictures on Instagram somewhere, some of them. And they proceeded to eat my ice cream, and it worked out great because everybody had something to laugh about for a few hours. It didn't actually hurt my feelings because I said, this worked out great. It made people laugh, and I got to enjoy my whole ice cream cone. And I just don't know what I think. You might be asking, Scoots, give us your, it's been a few days. What do you think? Where do you think it went wrong? And I would say that there wasn't an anchoring inside the cone. There wasn't any. The ice cream was only on the surface of the cone. It didn't have like a root, I guess a tap root of cream, of soft serve in there to hold it inside the cone and give it a little bit of anchor weight like a taproot would. And so it had no foundation. So as soon as I licked it, and I was doing, kind of jerky movements as I was defending my ice cream choice, that's where it went wrong. But then, I caught it. Rare, it's rare that I have panther-like skills like that. But when it comes to ice cream. So, Teri, what do you think about that? Were you impressed? Did you hear that story already? You did. You were laughing about it, huh? Yeah, that's funny. And, so I'm just sitting here with Teri, waiting for even more stars are out. The Big Dipper's there, the other stars. There's Brighty McBright Star, Sally Star, Zoestar, Triangle. I see a triangle. Okay, so I got the Big Dipper, right? And you got the Big Dipper's handle. How many stars we got in the Big Dipper? Oh, maybe that's more stars. Maybe that's not even... Is that the Little Dipper? Am I calling you the Big Dipper and you're the Little Dipper? I think you might be. You just look so huge right now. I think I might be calling the Little Dipper the Big Dipper, but there's a big triangle of bright stars right by the Little Dipper or the Big Dipper. I'm having second thoughts about calling you the Big Dipper. What about are there any constellations called the Big Bopper? Well, here's the thing. When was the last constellation named? Like, did it cease with the Greeks and the Romans? Because people are still naming stars and discovering stars. And I think I named a star. I think I bought my cousin, when you can name a star for somebody. I think that was a thing like 30 years ago. I bought my cousin a star, or had it named after him. Maybe it was only 15 years ago, because I think I named it after his family. But oh boy, is it milky out there. There's so many stars. I wonder if I was in a pitch black scenario, there'd be even more. But I have a little bit of light here. I can see my hand. I can see my microphone. But still, the forest friends are not bothering me. I don't know where the lightning bugs went. Oh, there they are. They're in a pine tree down the road a little bit. They're coming. Hey, what's up? Come on over. Hey, do you know anything about Pac-Man? This is another lightning bug. How you doing? Francine, eh? Where are you going? Oh, somewhere. Well, Francine had somewhere to go. Francine the lightning bug. We're just here. We're pandering to the sky, to the stars, wondering, if you'll show us a shooting star. Maybe I could wish on it. Starlight, star bright. Who's the favorite star I see tonight? All of you. By the way, when the stars aren't reflected in the lake, because I don't know why that is. Is that because the lake's rippling or because it's dark out? But I'm here with my favorite lake, my favorite group of stars, and really good to be in your presence. I'm really humbled, and because holy moly, there's a lot of you. And you're really beautiful. It's... I love just staring and letting my eyes go focused and unfocused and wonder how many layers and start to sense the tactile nature of the depth of the dark night sky. It's not even a pitch black night sky, and there's still so many of you out there, and you really, really look good. And also I was wondering, right, like when was the last time someone made up I'm sure my listeners will let me know. Last Constellation, because I was saying Big Bopper. We could get a Big Bopper, Richie Valens one. How about this one, Chantilly Lace? That would be easy. That would be one I could name. I'd say these 50 stars here, that's the Chantilly Lace Constellation. Orion's Belt. Let's just say it. Orion's Belt's located in the Chantilly Lace zone. I don't know if Big Bopper sang that song, but I think those are like bands from the 50s. Lil Bamba. Everybody, you should check that movie out if you haven't seen it. Lou Diamond Phillips is in that movie. But yeah, I'm looking to my left, and where I was saying the clouds were, the wispy clouds earlier, they're starting to dissipate, and some more bright stars are coming out. We do have a power plant to our left, and so that has a lot of lighting, so that makes it a little bit tougher. And then, of course, you want me to check on the horizon, and the horizon is still kind of an amber light, flickering, almost like a lighthouse light. But I know this area well enough to know there's no land that way. That's out into the lake. And this lake is, this is a great lake. There's no sea on the other side of it where I am. So probably is a boat. I would say it's probably the Coasties, because that's the biggest boats. And, there's not a lot of night fishing around here that I know about. Though I don't, as Teri would say, I don't really know a lot about a lot. But it looks good. It's maybe two lights next to one another. Almost looks like it's saying, hey, is that a podcaster? Pod boy? Yeah, I was trying to interview some lightning bugs earlier. I'm lucky enough that it's kind of peaceful here otherwise. Just a few lightning bugs. And just waiting around for the stars to say, send me something, send something into our orbit. Hey, atmosphere, can you cook up some incoming rocks, or what are you doing? No, I don't have anything specific I could wish for, other than that you feel rested, that you feel like you're sinking deeper into your bed. I wonder if I could time my lulls and meanders with... Teri, do you want to do a duet? I was just thinking about this. Maybe the two of us could do a duet where I say, and you say splash, and Teri says swish, and I say swash. And I go my rhythm, I keep it in time with you. It's not rhyming scheme that I'm familiar with, or that's consistently maybe you should bid this segment adieu. But I'm here with Teri. You're always complimenting. You're right, Teri. You're always complimenting my meanders at whatever pace. You do you do me, right? That's what you're saying to me? I think, hey, Teri, did you notice that those lights, I was wondering if that's a boat or a planet, have they moved? Teri, I got a couple more questions for you. Off to my right, is that the sun below the earth or what? Teri, I got a whole other set of questions for you. Do you know? Have you heard about flat earthers? You have. I mean, I guess if you lived on this lake, you'd think that it was at the end of Teri. There was nothing. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll just wonder about it. You're right, Teri. Just like I wonder when will the shooting star fly for me? That was from the Book of Love, Stars. I was singing that for you. You really look like your whole... Like, what about... Here's the thing. What about super complex constellations? Like, when you get up here... Now you can really see here how... With the right amount of imagination, you could say, holy cow, look at those abs on Perseus. I've never seen abs like that. No, sorry, Hercules. I was, sorry, the rest, just pandering to one I can only pander to one constellation at a time. I was saying, holy golden fleece. You want to talk about a golden fleece? Is that a golden fleece on your shoulders? Because I was imagining it was. When you're out here and you really got good star action, you can really imagine. You can really start to see things in the stars, like kind of like looking at the clouds. Like I guess now, so I could see Perseus's abs, a bit like Sean T. Perseus. That's who I'd have play you in the movie. I don't know if Sean T. just does fitness, not acting, but we could get somebody else, I'm sure. Maybe I should. What about a chariot? You're right, Perseus. You want me to find you a chariot? No problem. Thanks for participating. I have all these lightning bugs I was trying to interview earlier. And Teri, she just wants to do. We're doing. I don't know if we're doing a harmony or a duet or the other thing, a rhythm, and she's in my rhythm section. You're right. Holy Rhythm Nation, Teri. Are you a fan of Rhythm Nation, Janet Jackson? Of course you are. And I'm here trying to find Perseus a chariot out here in the stars. Maybe while I'm doing that, I'll see a shooting star. Maybe I will, right? A chariot for Perseus. So Perseus, I see a few stars here to the left of your abs. Not that. Oh, listen to that, Perseus. A bird's singing for us. Did you hear that? I'm seeing something that looks more like a child's drawing of a sailboat. How do you feel about getting into a sailboat? Don't you have to go get the golden apple? Isn't that how you got the golden fleece? Like somebody fell asleep when they were having an apple and you got it above them or something? Yeah, I'm not a mythologist, Perseus. I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan of you and the things you do. And I got you a boat. I mean, look at that. It's a sailboat. Wouldn't you want to take that for a spin? Of course you would. Climb in. If I do see a chariot, I'll get back to you. But for now, enjoy your boat trip. Okay, so we'll take a look here, see if we could see anything else out there. Chariot for Perseus. Maybe somebody else. Anybody else out there? What are you? I see two eyes. Are you a frog princess? Yeah, I do see you. I do. A frog princess hiding in the night sky. I see your crown. I see your eyes. I see your belly. Do frogs have belly buttons? Because you do. Oh, goodness. Tell me more about you, frog princess. I'm looking for the rest of your body, and I'm not seeing it, but that's because you're in the night sky. Of course, it wouldn't be easy for me to see that. But, that's why I'm here, is to investigate these things. So, you're just trying to relax and mind your own business. Just, well, hey, do me a favor. Don't, I'm friends with the lightning bugs. So if you could keep your tongue off those lightning bugs, that'd be great. If you see a chariot, let me know. Have you heard of Pac-Man? Oh, well, that's a great idea, Frog Princess. We'll find a Pac-Man. Or oh boy, I think I just saw a shooting star, but it could have been a bug reflecting in the sky because it was just out of the corner of my eye. It's pretty close to the Frog Princess. Thank you, Frog Princess, for that. But yeah, I'm looking for any Pac-Man related constellations, maybe even a bow. Or what about was there Baby Pac-Man or was that Baby Donkey Kong? I know, Wreck-It Ralph is coming out, the next movie. I can't remember what it's called because it's like a play on words, the name of the film, but I'm looking forward to that. I really enjoyed that movie. And the acting talents of Sarah Silverman and John C. Reilly. Or I think it's John C. Reilly. I might be adding a C. Really, really great movie. The original Wreck-It Ralph. But yeah, I'm here. I'm looking for anybody related. Maybe Qbert. Qbert was a character. What a game. What a lot of these early arcade games, Teri, Lightning Bugs and Stars, just in case you're wanting to be filled in here on some of this stuff. Seen a plane out there, or maybe it's a satellite. It's moving across the sky. It's blinking, so I'd assume it's in Earth's atmosphere. But I was saying that a lot of these early video games, they, STUNK, one stunk. Qbert was one that sticks out to me. It was challenging, and I never played it very much. I didn't play a lot of these early games, but Qbert was a very cool-looking character. It was a character, he was kind of a poof ball with feet, and he had this big nose that looked like a bit like a old-fashioned horn, like that would go aruga, aruga. Again, I just saw something that could have either been a bug in the floodlight or a shooting star. So I'll wait to squeal till we have a shooting star sighting. But Qbert, I think that was it. And I don't know what Qbert... Maybe Qbert was supposed to shoot balls out his snout, and Qbert had to jump on boxes. Those are the only things I remember about Qbert. Sorry I brought it up. It probably confused all of you, since, as the lightning bug said, you don't know what I'm talking about anyway. But, oh, stars in the sky. Oh, show me your new constellations, and your old ones I won't be able to identify. Oh, show me the way to relax my audience. Be here. I'll be here with you as you're here with me, even though you're there all the time. Holy cool thing. I just had a lightning bug fly by really fast, like riding the wind, and it was like a shooting star. It was just as good. It was like a lightning bug imitating a shooting star as I was doing that ode. So I'll do some more odes. Now I'll do an ode to lightning bugs, and hopefully we'll get a shooting star. Oh, to lightning bugs up in the sky. Oh, to how you float and you light trees. You make every day seem like the best wedding day because you say, wow, look at how they did that, and it really feels nice, and you make me, fantasize about living in a world of winged creatures where our way is lit by lanterns of lightning bugs. They do that because, they're paid a fair wage and all that for being lightning bugs in a lantern. And maybe that's because, I don't know how that economy works. But I've seen that, in elven and, fairy type lands, and you don't know what I'm talking. You don't know what elves are. Holy cow, I'm here with the lightning bug that doesn't know what an elf is. I'm not sure I would be able to... Let me see if I can find a constellation to explain it to you. The elves are a famous set of creatures. You see that... that kind of looks like a triangle there, but it's a long, elongated one. That's kind of like that's a famous constellation. It's called the Elf's Ear. And that's because their ears are pointed like that. And I think it's because they, I don't know, they're because they're forlorn. The length of an elf's ear, they say, is equal to the forlorn ages that run before it. I think Gandalf said that, but it probably in a different way, in a different context too. But the elves are, because they're forlorn. I think I did say that because I think that maybe, at least some of the elves, they love nature. I do know that. Some of them are magic users in some realms. Dragonlance, I believe. Clerics, usually, I think elven clerics. Here's one thing you need to know about. A lot of elves, they don't wear armor. Because because they're creatures of nature, purportedly, they like to be able to blend in and things. And that has nothing to do with why their ears are shaped that way. I think that's just to help them hear things. Maybe they hear better. I don't know if a sharper ear makes for a sharper hear, but that does rhyme and sound pretty good, don't you think? And I'm trying to think of any other constellations that remind me of they like bow and arrows. I don't see, other than the exact same triangle I used to describe the ear. I could say that's like a bow, but then that would be. Oh, there's another one that looks a bit like a bow. There's another lightning bug high in the sky, looking a bit like a shooting star, saying, "I don't understand what you mean by elves." I said, you know who would love lightning bugs? It's elves. I think they were saying that. So they probably wouldn't put you in jars to light the way for weddings and elven events. But in cartoons, animated TV shows and movies, they do. And fairies, which are a bit like elves, they usually have wings. Yeah, I guess I'm at the end of my knowledge or lack thereof. But elves, they kind of sometimes they fall in love with humans, usually only humans played by incredibly handsome actors, not by podcasters. I guess here's a question. I'll put it out to you, Teri. Lightning bugs, stars. Could I win the love of an elf? What do you think the odds are? Are you giggling? Oh, boy. I'm just a simple question. It could have answered with a maybe. Have you ever heard a lake laugh? Because Teri can't even create a wave because she's laughing so hard. Yeah. So I guess that would probably be probably not. Is how that answered. That was how that was answered. So you don't think I could win the love of an elf? What if that was my new catchphrase, for the love of an elf? That doesn't make any sense either. I guess not. You know who's a favorite famous elf is Link or Zelda. That was a debate on the internet 6 months ago, and I actually didn't follow the threads to their conclusion. So I don't know who the star of Legend of Zelda is. I think it's Link, who is the elf. But then people say, well, who's Zelda then? And I say, I don't know, because I just don't know. I'm just trying to see I'm just trying to see a shooting star, to be honest. I'm going to dip my head back. I don't know if you can hear that on the mic, but I'm dipped back a little bit more. Looking at these stars that I haven't given my attention to because I was not looking at them. But yeah, I'm here. I'm here looking for a shooting star, saying, throw me a bone or throw me a new constellation I can name. Perseus. Was that who I was talking to earlier? Perseus needs was that Ephesius? Who's Ephesius? Anyone? Is that somebody I should know? I think, what is that, like the, is that the cupbearer of Dionysus or what? Oh, sorry, I don't need any God's ire coming on me. So I'm here. I can pander to whatever stars I need to pander to. I'm pandering to all of you. Above, how lucky are we? You're up there above Teri. I'm here near the shore of Teri. Just another night out here, relaxing with the stars, wondering. Even more stars are coming out now, minute by minute, layer by layer, light year by light year. What stands between us? There's like dark matter. There's the Earth's atmosphere. There's like the troposphere, probably. I don't know if those are the things in the topsoil mesosphere. Probably some altocumulus clouds somewhere. Fievel, if I knew where the moon was, I could pretend I was looking at it at the same time. Whoa, who's Fievel? Great question, and I don't really have a good answer for that because I don't think I ever even saw the movie. I only saw the part where Fievel sings. But Fievel was a mouse. There was a movie called An American Tale. Probably didn't age well. I'm just taking a guess. Fievel was a mouse, and the things I know about Fievel, and it's not going to do many real. Fievel had a big blue hat. Fievel was a mouse, and Fievel had I'd say cherry red jacket outfit. And Fievel, I don't know if Fievel came to America without Fievel's family or Fievel's family went to America without Fievel. And at some point, Fievel looked at the moon and sang somewhere out there. Like Fievel was looking for Fievel's family. And it was an American Tale, I guess, somewhere. Probably a little PROP, gander, if you know what I'm saying. But it was a movie, came out. My brother used to watch. I think my brother had a Fievel doll. I won't say which brother. Just probably the one that does the art for the podcast. Possibly. And I don't know if there a Fievel Constellation. I think there was an American Tale too, Fievel in Paris, and then there was a movie I made, Fievel in London, but I don't even. But I didn't actually make that movie because I said, "Who's Fievel again? What's my line? What are we going to do after he sings somewhere out there beneath the sun and stars? Someone's thinking of me, and something else." That was the lines. I still sing it from time to time, just when the words "somewhere out there" come up, because that's just how my brain works. Somewhere out there is a chariot for Perseus, and a definition of what Fievel and the actual plot of American Story. And maybe there's a shooting star for my audience and I. I'm not singing, but I'm kind of sing-songing. But this is a special bonus episode, so hey. This is a good question. Is there any Fievel like? I'm not really seeing. I'm just enjoying the star. Why do I got to project meaning on these stars, right? Oh, the stars are laughing. Oh, you're still laughing about that elf thing. So no chance with me and an elf. What about a Smurf? Do you think a Smurf, not Smurfette, but another non-famous Smurf? What's a Smurf? Whew. I thought you were millions of years old. How old am I? Oh boy. So a Smurf, it's interesting. They're another forest-dwelling creature, and they're blue, all blue. I mean, I presume they live in mushrooms. And I guess that's it. Other than that, I think one of them has one of them's a magician. I don't know if there's Jokey. Is he the one with the magic boxes? I think there was probably a magic elf too. But I don't know, maybe they didn't practice magic. And they would say Smurferific and stuff. They'd say, "What in the Smurf are you doing?" But they're just forest creatures. You know, to be honest, I preferred the gummy bears over the Smurfs. The gummy bears did have magic. They could drink a gummy juice, and they could bounce around. I don't know. And they also had these roller coasters that went through trees. Now you're really confused. Well, no problem. It's like it's what I'm here for, Stars, to put you to bed, you and my listeners to bed, with a story of the boy who looked for a shooting star, a bit like in Fievel's Tears. Maybe is what I'm seeing up there. This new constellation recently discovered, and the person that discovered it actually was at, they called him on stage at Comic-Con. He was there with a Smurf and an elf. And, they said, hey, let's get lunch and see how it goes. So that was something imaginary. But, it could happen. It could happen, Stars. So don't judge it. Don't... I guess you should just give me a shooting star. It'd be great. What about that? I think that's kind of like a maple leaf up there. I could still find a chariot for Perseus. Maybe they could be American Tale 4, a chariot for Perseus, or maybe just Fievel's Adventures. It could be a show, Fievel's Adventures, a chariot for Perseus. What do you think? That would be just an episode. It would be the same plot as any of those other plots where you have a device and then you go through time forward and backwards to solve other people's problems. And then Perseus would need... Maybe it could be me and my bows, Smurf... Oh, I'm seeing something moving slowly in the sky there. I'm also seeing, yes, I'm seeing you crossing my vision. Now, this probably is a satellite. It's way out there. It's moving both slowly and quickly. It just seems like it's pretty far up, and it's drifting in and out of my vision even. Be great if it's a spaceship full of Smurfs and elves that are... just looking to hang, meet me and say, hey, let's see if maybe it's a spaceship full of 1 billion of beings. And they say, well, you find Scooter amusing, huh? You could say, nearly charming. But, so I'm just here talking to the stars, hoping for a shooting star. Bro, how about this? I won't even try to date any Smurfs or elves if you give me a shooting star. I'm here with my listeners. I'm here with Lake Teri. Here with my bug friends. Just talking. And I guess I'm going to carry you into sleep now. Because you haven't given me anything. Oh, Ryan's belt. Oh, Pac-Man, Fievel, and Link. Oh, Perseus. And your abs, so strong, so star-based. I hope soon you find your chariot, and I discover what this light is on the horizon. I hope that Blinky is enjoying Blinky's evening wherever Blinky went, and that Pac-Man and Qbert and Donkey Kong and what about Miss Pac-Man? Teri, I know you. I know I've asked you out before, and you said it's different for a lake, and I said I can respect that. But I'm comfortable with our relationship. But do you think? What about Miss Pac-Man? Probably not a good idea, you're right. I mean, dating a mouth-based being... Oh, there's a big age difference. You're right, Teri. You're so complimentary. Yeah, Miss Pac-Man's way older than me. Totally right. I didn't even think about that. But that doesn't... I mean... Oh, also way more successful. Oh. Thanks, Teri. So here I am... Oh, to the stars, we're looking for a shooting star. a chariot for Perseus, a place for me to hang my head. Good night, stars, in your Milky Way, waiting for a shooting star. Oh, please, please, please. I see triangles in the stars, and I think of Pythagoras. I see something that looks a bit like what about, hey, Perseus, I see something right now that looks like, what is that thing called that you stand on? It was supposed to be I always forget this. It was supposed to be the next great invention. Now the people that just patrol malls use them. It's a Segway. I don't see a chariot, but I do see the Segway Constellation, Perseus. You see it over there? It's like I got 5 stars. That's the curvy part that you hold on to with your hands. And then below it there is a wheel. Same thing as you just plug it in. I don't know. I mean, I thought you were a demigod. Maybe just plug it into your golden fleece. I'm positive that thing generates some electricity. Yeah, plug it into the, right there. And then you can just cruise around. It's just like a chariot. Same thing. So good night, Perseus. Good night, everyone. Good night, Teri. And I'll close it out with a few kisses good night from Lake Teri. Thanks for supporting the show. Good night. Maybe this is Scoots trying to tuck you in, and I'm trying to get through. If you're still listening to me, this tuck you in message is very, very specific, because obviously if you listen on a regular basis, you know, we're trying to reach people just like you. I'm not sure if you're the person I'm trying to get through to right now, but it is a lot for a sleep podcast, right? Because I need somebody that's listening, paying attention, hearing me. And in this case, I'm looking for somebody, and I don't know if you're that person that listens all night long, and I just caught you at the right time, or you listen 5 nights a week, you listen to 1 or 2 episodes a night. You're very, very specific, and it might be easy for you to brush off, but I really need you to just please listen to me, and I promise we'll have a great deal at the end if you hear me out. Because a lot of people tune me out, or I'm not even sure what is the main thing that I need to say. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm only trying to see if you're the person this message is for, really. Because I know I don't need to convince anybody to support the show. Because like 50% of the people, or a little bit more than 50% of the people that I'm trying to get through to this, say, no, I'm not going to support the podcast. And then there's the people that will support the podcast, but then there's the large majority of super listeners. And in this case, are you, so let's see, are you listening to me? Or are you paying attention? Do you listen either all night long, 5, 6, 7 nights a week, or you listen to multiple episodes a night? Because you're definitely a super listener. It sounds like the podcast makes your life better, but you could decide that, right? Does the podcast make yourself better? But if this show is here for you, we really do need, our goal was by the summer to get 1,500 super listeners just like you to support the show on Sleep With Me Plus. Not just so the show can get by, but so it can be here. We put out a lot of content. I don't know, so it can be here for you to listen to it all night long. Because ads have never covered all night listening. Ads have never covered the cost of multiple episodes a night listening. Because in the end, we make about a half a penny an ad. And if you're fine with that, I'm not trying to change your mind, right? Or if you say, I don't like it, it's not a big deal to me whether the podcast is there or not, or whether it gets by or not, whether it's a struggle or whether the show's flourishing. I'm not trying to get a hold of you if you're that person. I'm just wondering if you're one of those people that cares and knows the podcast is valuable to you, but there's something else that's been standing in your way, because I'm not sure what it is. And I know if it's like that for you, it's probably like that for other people, and that's how we're going to get there to our goal, because we do have a long way to go. We've got 500 people supporting the show, new supporters now, and we need 1,000 more. And I don't know if you're that one person, but don't deny the fact you can choose not to support the show. That's great. But I am talking to you. Like, you probably are the only person hearing me and listening to me right now. So I just need you to decide. If you decide, no, I'm not going to support the show, that's a valid choice. Otherwise, you could think about supporting the show. But don't be in the middle. The middle's where the podcast can't make it, right? It's, I don't know, I need to get through to those people that listen all night long. And if not, right, like like I said, if you don't want to support the show, if you're not going to support the show and you decide that, that's okay. I'm only trying to get through the people I need to get through to. I'm not trying to change minds as so much as communicate and be heard by the people that are listening and can hear me. But the thing is, if you're not going to support Sleep With Me and you're still listening and hearing me, think about, like, what do you use as much as Sleep With Me or more? What makes your life better, even if it's during the day? I could ask you a favor. Support that. Even if it's a mega corporation, even if you pay for the service and it has ads, support it, right? Like, support whatever makes your life better. One thing. I mean, you could, if you're in a position to support multiple things, that's amazing too. But if you're not going to support Sleep With Me, think about what is that thing, the creator, the musician, the writer, who you are going to support. But if you're like, no, Sleep With Me is the thing that makes my life better. Like, Sleep With Me is the thing. And I am getting through to you, right? Sleep With Me's been there when nothing else has. You paid for other sleep stuff. It never worked for you. You listen to the show all night long, and you want to pay for it because ads don't cover the cost of that, right? But we only need one out of, what do we got? We need 1,000 of about 19,000 people. So 1 out of 20. If you're that 1 out of 20 people, you could change the thing of the show. You get a 7-day trial at Sleep With Me Plus. But here's the thing. If you're listening to me right now, we got 2 deals going here. You could go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/all-night, and you'll get a 20% off the Boyfriend tier. Only the Boyfriend tier, and only if you use that link, sleepwithmepodcast.com/all-night, because the Boyfriend tier and the Boar Besties tier are built with all-night listeners in mind. But I can only give you the discount if you use that link, and it'll automatically populate if you go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/all-night. But here's the thing. The first 5 people that do that, I'm also going to send you a notebook because I'm moving and I'm going through all my old stuff. And I used to take paper handwritten notes of the TV recaps and the written episodes. I can't let you choose because a lot of stuff's already packed. But I will take a notebook. I'll put a couple stickers in it, and I'll send it to you. If you sign up at sleepwithmepodcast.com/all-night, and you'll get that 20% off deal. So it's 20% off Boyfriend tier. It's the best tier for all-night listening. It's built with all-night listeners or people that listen very frequently. So become a Boyfriend, and you'll get that discount at sleepwithmepodcast.com/all-night. Thanks.